Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan and welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at something very cool from Transformers the movie, Studio Series 86. This is Deluxe Class Brawn. So, before we get into his details, let's take a quick look at the accessories. He does come with one accessory, which is his little blaster here, and it's just cast in a black plastic. You got a few little details there, not a whole lot going on, but yeah, pretty true to what he had in the movie. And obviously he can hold that very easily, and he can shoot things before he dies. And there is weapon storage on the back. Now, you know, with these Studio Series figures, there's not a lot of 5mm ports to arm him up and things, but there is the tire on the back that you can just easily put that for weapon storage in robot mode if you so wish. So just taking that off. Now let's get into this guy's details. I'm thoroughly impressed with this figure. Been playing around with him a lot, and yeah, just first of all, take a look at that head sculpt. Awesome head sculpt, very true to Brawn. You know, it's been a while since we've had a Brawn figure, and this one definitely takes the cake. So you get some really nice gray paint for the helmet, you get those nice blue eyes, baby blues, and some nice silver paint for the face. And just the amount of detail on this figure is really nice. As you see in the back behind his head there's just some really nice sculpted detail, again done in all in nice yellow paint. And I really like the shade of yellow that they used for this figure, sort of a little bit darker yellow. And then you see some detail on the front chest there. You see the nice Autobot logo there. You get a little bit of detail down here. I would have liked to see a little bit more, maybe just a little bit more paint right here. I think this is I think that's like I think that's a pin going through there. It's a little bit unsightly, but you know, it would have been nice if they covered that up with a little bit of like a plastic piece with a little bit of blue, I think, from the original figure there. And we'll be bringing that in for some comparisons. But yeah, going down the legs there, you get a little bit of sculpted detail on the thighs. Not much on the legs, you get a little bit on the inside there. The legs are pretty bland, but again, the green that they used is really nice, so that army green, and I think it's a really nice contrast with the yellow. And I think the yellow paint and the yellow plastic, they do a very good job of matching. Now, looking at his arms, you know, in true Brawn fashion, you have the forearms and the fists painted all in silver, and some very nice detail there as well. So yeah, all in all, just a really impressed with this figure. He does have a little bit of a backpack, and I'll show this in transformation, but I kind of wish this folded up as it is now. It's on a hinge, but it would have been nice if this folded up just a little bit more so it didn't make such of a backpack. It hangs a little bit low as it is. And again, this doesn't really tab in or anything. It just kind of hangs there. It would have been nice if you could just scrunch it up just a little bit more, but not a big deal there. And that's how he looks from the back. And again, the engineering on this figure is just top notch. I think it's really cool how they sort of hid the tires back here. You know, that's one of the things with Transformers that's really hard to do, is like hide the tires. And as you can see, they spin really freely. We'll see that more in vehicle mode. So yeah, very cool figure. So anyways, for some quick comparisons before we get into articulation, we have I think it was the last iteration of Brawn, which was the Titan's Return. I think, I could be wrong. Anyways, it's the last iteration of my collection anyways. But you can see just how different, if he can stand up, you can see how different the colors are and everything. You know, when we had that Titan's Return Brawn, it was more of a dark sort of forest green. This is definitely more true to the movie colors. But again, yeah, this wasn't a bad figure for its time. So just a quick comparison there. And then, of course, you got to bring in the old G1 figure there. So there is, you know, he's not going to stand up. There he is, compared to the G1 figure. Let's take out the Titan's Return figure and just get a close-up on these two. Again, kind of what I was talking about on the belt piece. It would have been nice if they molded in something. That pin is just bothering me. I never really noticed it before, but now that I look at it, it would have been nice if they just put something there to hide that pin there. Not a big deal at all. Not a deal breaker in any sense of the word. But yeah, I think they did a bang up job. Very true to not only the original figure, but also the movie Brawn. So, and then just bring in another movie figure. This is the Deluxe Class 86 Jazz. And again, this guy, you know, they're calling this Brawn a Deluxe. Now, he's a tiny little Deluxe. As far as like comparisons, Jazz, I guess he's not that much taller, but like Jazz just seems a little bit taller than Brawn. So Brawn, you know, he was a little short guy in the movie as well. So it does make sense to have him a little bit shorter than the other figures, but that's how he compares with another Deluxe Class figure. And then just one more comparison here. This is how he looks with the 86 movie reissue of Hot Rod. So there they are side by side as Brawn wibbles and wobbles there. So yeah, let's pause and let's get into Brawn's articulation. Okay, Brawn's articulation is as follows. Now, his head is just on a pivot here. There's no absolutely nothing. And it's nice, it's really tight. It does go, this piece kind of comes undone for transformation, so I'm just gonna pull that apart there. And it's on a swivel joint there. There's no ball joint whatsoever. You can see the pin right there. So yeah, as far as like expression on the head, you don't get a lot. You get some side to side. There's absolutely nothing, you know, there's no wiggle waggle at all. So anyways, it's a little bit unfortunate, but it's, you know, it's to be expected that, you know, from this design point. So anyways, his shoulders can go all the way around. They're on these ball joints right here. And then he does have an upper bicep swivel, which goes all the way around. He has a little over 90 degree at the elbow for transformation. His wrists don't have any articulation. Again, for transformation, they go in like that. So there is a pivot on the pin right there. So not bad for articulation on the arms, just putting his arms up there. He does have a waist swivel, and again, it doesn't really get hindered by the backpack, just taking that backpack out of the way a little bit. You can do a full 360 on the waist. And let's see here, getting him situated. So the back. Okay, so he does have a full 360 on the waist. He can do the full splits. Yeah. And let's see, and all the joints on this guy, putting that backpack up, all the joints on this guy are very, very tight. So he can move, he can do a kick about 90 degrees there. Again, moving that back. I don't know why I just put that back. He can kick all the way back there. He does have an upper thigh swivel. Get with it, Matt. Again, lack of coffee. He does have about 90 degree at the knee there. And he does have some, if you want to call this toe pivot, you can. It's basically for transformation. And he does have a very deep ankle rocker joint there. So highly posable, very posable for this 86 Studio Series Brawn. And again, I'm just having a blast with this guy. He's really fun to pose, fun to transform. And yeah, he's a great figure. And again, the joints are all very tight. And moving that back. Okay, so speaking of transformation, let's get down to transformation. Okay, so transformation for 86 Studio Series Brawn. This transformation is absolute genius. I think the engineering on this figure is really great, and it's really fun to just go back and forth in both modes. So anyways, let's get right into it. So first thing you want to do is take his fists and just fold them into the cavities in his forearms like that. And same on this side. Just fold the fist down like that. They don't go all the way in, they just kind of stop right there. And then on the side here, you have this peg here, and then you want to rotate. So this peg and this peg are on the same side. And then again, on this side, you want to just rotate this so that hollow slot there is lined up like that. And eventually these will fold in upon themselves and snap together. So next thing you want to do is just take this part, fold his whole chest is one piece, and it just folds down like that. And this is one of my favorite parts of the conversion here, is this piece is on a hinge and it slides like that to create the front of the truck. That is so cool. We'll get into more detail when this is finished, but I think that is so just a fun part of the transformation there. So next thing you want to do is take these joints that are on the arms here, and they're just on sort of slider joints here. And you want to slide those all the way down just so they stop like that. On this side too, slide those all the way down like so until they stop. So you have something that looks like that. And then what you want to do is put his head back up. So his head is just kind of hidden under the in the back of the grill there, and that just folds up like so. And then what you want to do is just turn the waist 180 like that, so you have the back facing the front there. And then what you want to do is just move the backpack out of the way. For now, it is on a hinge. I just like to have it like that at a 90-degree angle, just to allow for some clearance there. And then basically what you want to do is these pieces here are on a hinge, so right here. So basically these form the windows. So what you want to do is actually you want to take this. You actually want to take the fist and the arms so like that. And then basically what you want to do is when you fold that up, that's going to form the window there. And then you want to have these pegs facing on the inside, because this peg And let's see if I can get in close here. This peg right there, and that peg is gonna go on the inside of this arm. So you wanna make sure you have everything lined up. And then same on this side, this just folds up like that, and that forms the side window there. And those will click into place, kind of soft tab into place. And then basically you wanna make sure that you have this tab and slot, and then you have that tab and slot right there. If you have everything lined up, it should just click into place like so. There you go. Yeah. So far, so good. So next thing you want to do is go down to the legs here. You want to just take the legs and kind of just spread them out like that. And then these legs just kind of unfold upon themselves. And then what you want to do is just take the feet and just kind of scrunch them up like that. You can do that now, or you can do that later. Might as well do it now. And then these are on, this actually tabs in right there. There's a tab and a slot right there. And you want to just extend the legs like that. So it's getting a little bit closer here. So you want to just extend the legs like that, and then you want to just take the legs and put them down like so. So there you have the long legs. Kind of looks like the G1 Brawn there with the really long legs. And then basically on the, if you can see, on the bottom of the fist, there are two slots that are going to slot into these little tabs right here. So basically what you want to do is just making sure those slot in like that, and that slots in like that. So there we go. We're almost there, guys. So far so good. Everything's looking cool. Just yeah, a really fun conversion. And then basically, if you can pretty much tell what's going to happen here. The feet part are going to slot into this cavity right here, and same on the other side. So basically, you want to take this part here and hinge it out, and just again a very soft click there, click like that, and it does stop there. And then yeah, basically this whole inside of the leg here is going to just fold into this part, and there are. Oops, stay in there, Brawn. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky. You want to make sure these feet are fitting in there. And then there's a tiny little tab right there that's going to slot into the front of the vehicle right there. And also, yeah, making sure these are pegged in, making sure those posts are pegged into the bottom of the fist there. Sometimes they come undone. And again, same on this side, making sure again that these feet are scrunched up so they do fit inside that cavity. Going inside there, and then putting that together on the front. Just doing the old transformer squeeze. So we're almost there. And then basically you want to just take the back of the truck and fold it down. And there are pegs here which will slot in right there. And there are let's see here. There are pegs right there that will slot. It's hard to see. There's a slot right there, so they will peg in on the front. They plug it in two places. So first of all, put that sort of the canopy down there, make sure it snaps into place. And then last but not least, you want to take this back piece and you want to fold it down. And then again, there are two little pegs sticking out where his knees were, and then they will slot into those places right there. And that is it. And there we have Brawn in his vehicle mode. Looking so cool. So let's pause and we'll get into Brawn's vehicle mode details. Okay, so getting into the details in vehicle mode for 86 Studio Series Brawn here. So taking a first look at the grille, I just think this is great. We saw this a little bit in transformation process, but again, some really nice silver paint and some really nice detail on the grille there. And again, you see that really nice yellow paint on the bottom there. Going around, you see some nice sculpted detail for the headlights. You do see a nice big Autobot logo on the front of the hood, and again, some really nice molded detail. Get the windshield wipers, and I just love this blue, this sort of powder blue they use. Powder blue paint for the front and the side windows there. Unfortunately, the back window isn't painted. I have no idea why it's not painted. It would have been nice if they continued that paint all the way around, but anyways, it's, you know, I can forgive that. You do see the gas tank cover there, very true to the Brawn character in vehicle mode. And then, yeah, that's about it. The tires are done, a little bit of silver paint on the inside. Again, these are, you know, these are a little bit unsightly. Kind of wish they were on just pins there. And then, you know, not a lot of detail on the side of the vehicle. On the top, you do get the spare tire. Again, true Brawn fashion. And you can take the gun and just plug it in there for attack mode. So very nice. Again, weapon storage in vehicle mode as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Brawn. You know, you do see him peeking out underneath there, but the way this guy transforms is so fun, and going back and forth is just, I think it's really fun, and the engineering is absolute genius. So yeah, anyways, I think they did a really great job on this figure. So for vehicle mode comparisons, here it is with the G1 Brawn. So just quick I think the colors, yeah, the color is a little bit different on the original figure, but again, I think they did a bang up job on recreating that, you know, the essence of the G1 figure there, right down to the gas tank there. And I guess, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if in the animation that back window was painted. I don't know. There must be a reason why they didn't paint it. I can't imagine they ran out of paint if they painted all these windows. But anyway, it's just a quick comparison with the G1 Brawn there. And then the Power of the Primes, Titans Return. Did I say Power of the Primes? Anyways, Titans Return Brawn there. And then, let's see here, just as another vehicle mode, Transformers Deluxe class figure. There he is with A6 Studios Jazz. And yeah, actually he is very small compared to Jazz in the vehicle mode. So that is just a quick comparison there between some Deluxe figures and some old figures there. So just taking out Jazz and leaving in the Brawns. Again, Brawn family portrait. There you go. So anyways, yeah, let's pause. I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so as I get into my final thoughts here with Brawn, I want to just show you the reverse transformation back into robot mode. So we'll just do that real quick as we talk here, sort of a la Bolt Matrix. And just taking off the weapon there. And so first thing you want to do is come back, lift this part up, hinge that up like that. And then you want to just take the front of the, untab the front, and then these will just kind of pan out like that, like so. And then you want to just take the whole back and just fold it up like so. And again, untab the fists from those posts if they haven't done that already. And then you want to just extend the legs like that. And then, yeah, we'll start with the legs here. I'll just put the arms up like that. Start with the legs. And basically what the legs do is they're just going to fold in upon each other. And there is a tab here and a slot right there behind the knee. So you want to just take that and fold that up and click into place. And then just situate, open up his toes like that. Same thing on the other side. Just fold up, find that tab in the back, which is right there. And click that together and put his toes back in place. And then basically you have the whole bottom done. You want to do a 180 on the waist, situate that, and then turn to the front of the figure. And then we're going to take his chest piece and fold it down like that. And then you can, at this time, you can fold that back. And again, just love that part of the transformation. Very, very cool. And then you want to take these part, which is on the hinge, the windows will fold down like that. And then on this side too, the windows will fold down like so, and just kind of soft tab into place. And then these hinges, there is a little stopping point here, so this will just slide up like that, and you can feel it sort of stop right there. Those will just slide up like that, and you can feel it stop. And then you can take his arms and just situate them, taking out his fists, arms, situate the elbows, take out his fists, and then again just taking his whole this assembly here and just putting it back up. And this does sort of there are sort of little slots and a tab right there, so it doesn't really click into place so much. It just kind of rests on the back. And then last thing you want to do is just take the backpack and situate it. Again, I kind of wish that sort of folded up a little bit closer to his body, but not a big deal. And there you have 86 Studio Series Brawn back in his robot mode. Yeah, so getting into my final thoughts, let's arm him up with his gun here. This guy is awesome. I think he's probably one of my favorite A6 Studio Series figures so far. And I can't really find any flaws with him. The transformation is super fun. Both modes look great. I think it's a great homage to the, the animation character that we saw in the movie. And yeah, I give this figure a 10 out of 10. Definitely one of my favorites so far. So anyways, this has been the video review for Transformers 86 Studio Series Brawn. He is a deluxe class, albeit a little bit small for a deluxe class. But he was sort of a shorty back in the day. So anyways, this has been Matt in Japan. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.